It was the second meeting of the season between the Western New York Flash and the Boston Breakers tonight at Rhino Stadium. Hi, soccer fans. I'm Joe Giuliano along with Mike Kerms on the Western New York Flash Broadcast Network. These two teams met earlier in the season. Western New York dominated a 4-0 win. Boston was back in town for another one tonight.
Boston at the bottom of the table, and the Western New York Flash find themselves in fourth place after a 2-0 loss to the Portland Thorns. Boston Breakers coming off of a 3-0 loss with Chicago, and both these teams need a win.
Let's go to the highlights. An action-packed evening here at Rochester Rhino Stadium. The Flash and the Breakers making their way onto the pitch. The Breakers in all blue will get the initial kickoff, but we're 5 minutes in. The combination of Williams and McDonald early on makes a big opportunity here.
And it's a poor clearance there by Whitney Engen, and Lynn Williams knows it. Right here, she gets an opportunity. It's Jess McDonald who gets in the mix. She gets that ball forward. Whitney Engen with a poor clearance. Lynn Williams, she's got the entire far post open. She tries to go near post, hits the post, and you saw that a lot earlier in the season by Lynn Williams.
16th minute, McDonald with the left knee bandaged up. She was busy tonight. She started early this evening.
Her diagonal runs are so dangerous, and she gets herself into the corner. She fights off her defender. She sees an opportunity. Kranich comes out. She sees Lynn Williams right at the 12, and she tries to hit her. But you can see how strong she is right here. And there it is. There's the defender, Whitney Engen. And Whitney Engen saw a lot of action tonight.
19th minute, the Flash with a good anticipation there from Elizabeth Eddy. They'll work it downfield.
Elizabeth Eddy started this entire play, but what a pretty ball there by Doniak. And Lynn Williams' explosive speed. She can't get away from her defender, Julie King, but she beats her instead, and she tucks it in past Kranich into that open side netting. And again, look at that pretty ball by Doniak. Perfectly placed. Doniak making a stake a claim that she deserves to be a starter all the time.
1-0, Williams' fourth of the year. Doniak, her second assist. Now we move into the 26th minute. Elizabeth Eddy again, the architect of this one.
The right-hand side for the Western New York Flash. Get the ball wide, get it forward, and Doniak with a perfectly placed ball to Lynn Williams again. And Whitney Engen is there to block it. But if Whitney Engen's not there, I think this one's in the back of the net.
We're in the 26th minute. It's still 1-0. Doniak, a good service. Boston dodges a bullet. But 2 minutes later, it's going to be a long look here, but there's so many details that you want to talk about in this play for the Flash.
And there's McCall Zerboni. She's a box-to-box midfielder, and she starts to play. We're going to call her name out quite a few times as this night goes on. And McCall Zerboni gets herself what you would call possibly a second assist, but again, she started to play. Doniak gets the ball in the mix. The ball pops out. Jaylene Hinkle with a poor shot, but Mewis with a perfectly placed touch. And McDonald puts that ball right into the upper corner. What a shot by McDonald. You think this play's almost over. And here you go. What a perfectly placed touch. McDonald, upper 90.
It's 2-0. McDonald's third of the year. Mewis actually her first assist of the season. We move to the 33rd minute. Boston finally gets some offense going tonight.
Well, it's 3-0 now. Boston knows they got to get them. They have 2-0. They have to get themselves into the game. And Boston starts to put a little bit of pressure. There's a header there by Simon, but not on frame.
36th minute, a free kick and a dangerous one from Shulgard.
Yeah, and it's a good save by Rowland right there. And Rowland, you don't know if it might be a little bit wide, but Rowland makes sure that it's not going in the back of the net.
Now the Breakers have had trouble scoring goals all season long. In the 38th minute, it'll be Westphal, her first of the season. And this is only the third goal of the year for the Breakers.
And it's Westphal's first professional goal. And you see, is she crossing it or is she shooting it? I'll tell you, if she's shooting it, that is a perfectly placed shot by Westphal into that far side netting. Nothing that Rowland can do with it, but it's that fake. And McCall Zerboni, you can see how frustrated she is by just jumping and taking that fake by Westphal. And the Boston Breakers are extremely excited to get their third goal in the season.
Well, it's 2-1. Boston says, hey, we're back in this one. Well, not so fast. 1 minute later, the Flash have other ideas.
And we talked about Zerboni being frustrated for jumping and taking that fake, but here she is starting the play. She wins the ball. She gives it to McDonald, and what a nice, pretty touch there by Lynn Williams to put that one in the far side netting. Jess McDonald, what a run. Again, we talked about Jess McDonald's runs earlier. She made them all night, and here's another one right to Lynn Williams. Great finish by Lynn Williams.
Her second of the evening, 5th on the season. 4 minutes later, Flash are not done yet. McDonald, Eddie, they all combine to get a piece of something here.
Yeah, it's a dynamic duo again. Jess McDonald's involved. Eddie getting forward. Doniak, Mewis, and there's McDonald. Now remember, this play starts from McDonald, changing the point of attack right here to Doniak. And then Doniak, this is scripted. Doniak hits the Mewis. Eddie's coming on the overlap. Mewis hits Eddie to the outside. Eddie looks up, sees McDonald wide open, puts it right on her head. Great goal.
It's 4-1. Flash, very comfortable lead as they head towards halftime. Well, let's get some more here. 45th minute, Mewis, Doniak will combine here.
Yeah, but it's McCall Zerboni again starting to play. McCall Zerboni again, another second assist. What I would call it doesn't count in the scorebook, but Mewis with a perfectly placed ball to Doniak. And it starts here with Kennedy, Hinkle, Zerboni starts to play. She starts to switch in the point of attack, and this is when they're most dangerous. Switch the point of attack. Mewis looks up, sees Doniak wide open. I don't know if Doniak can believe how onside she was, and she gets behind the back four of the Boston Breakers again and puts that one just past the keeper.
We're at the half. It's 5-1. That's the most goals the Flash have scored in a single game in club history. We're moving to the second half. 49th minute. Well, why not pick up where you left off?
And this time, it's not the right side of the Western New York Flash. Now it's the left-hand side. Jaylene Hinkle getting forward. What a ball that Dahlkemper hits right here. She sees Hinkle going up the left side. She takes a look. She pings a ball all the way out to Hinkle. Hinkle, one time, perfectly placed. And what a goal by Jess McDonald, her third of the night. There you
First
go.
hat trick in the NWSL this season. 3 goals, 1 assist there for McDonald in the 49th minute. We'll move to the 63rd minute. Taylor Smith comes on as a substitute. She wants to get in on the action as well.
Yeah, it's a poor giveaway by Salem in the middle third, and Smith takes it on, and it's all Smith right here. You can see Smith gets forward. Salem's got the ball. Smith pickpockets her, and then she's just forward. She sees Lynn Williams. Lynn Williams getting on the scoreboard on the assist column this time, and what a laser beam into that lower corner past Kranich. Great finish by Smith.
And that would round out the scoring in the second half. There was one more opportunity on a Flash corner kick, and Leon with a good look at the volley.
Yeah, but how about that header by Kennedy? Again, it's Dahlkemper pinging one across the 18-yard box right here. And what a great header by Kennedy, picking out Leon. And Leon, what an opportunity. She wants that one back.
7-1, your final score is Western New York now. 20 goals on the season. That is the most in the NWSL. 11 of those 20 goals coming against the Boston Breakers. And here's the interesting thing, Mike, is these two teams will play 2 more times, but it'll be in Boston. I don't know if we'll see the Flash score 11 goals.
I don't believe that you'll see them score 11 goals, but something has to change in Boston. You can't give up 11 goals on the road. Plus, you just gave up 3 against Chicago, and before that, you didn't score a goal. 0-0. So you've scored 3 goals on the season. You've given up the most in the league. You got to do something. You got to change something. But for the Western New York Flash, they're doing everything right. Like I said, I felt like I was watching Chile against Mexico here, where Mexico couldn't do anything right, and everything that Chile touched, they scored. And that was the Western New York Flash tonight. Everything they touched, they were getting opportunities and they were getting goals. Great game by the Western New York Flash. Boston's got to change something. Matt Beard's got to go back home to Boston, and he's got to change something in that locker room.
An offensive explosion for Western New York. 7 goals tonight. They now go to 6-4. And just looking quickly at some of the players from tonight, Doniak, 1 goal, 1 assist. McDonald, 3 goals, 1 assist. And Williams with 2 goals and an assist. So a wild performance.
Yeah, the distribution of scoring. It's not just one player doing it for the Western New York Flash. It's a bunch of players. You said Williams, the dynamic duo of Williams and McDonald, they're going to be a force to reckon with for the rest of the season here, and the entire league knows about it. The NWSL, watch out for those 2 players because they're so dynamic. Their runs are dangerous. They're both fast, but it's also the surrounding cast in Mewis, Eddie, Hinkle, Zerboni. I don't know where to stop. There's so many players that are contributing here with the Western New York Flash this year.
The Flash now go to 6-4. Boston 1-8-1. Your final score tonight from Rhino Stadium: Western New York 7, Boston 1. For Mike Kerms, I'm Joe Giuliano saying so long on the Flash Broadcast Network.